This is our drill press. It is very useful for drilling and boring precise holes in material. It will drill in wood and metal and a variety of other types of materials like plastic. You must show great care when using the drill press. It doesn't have a guard like our saws do. We're going to use the drill press to bore our 1-inch hole in the top of our candy dispenser. We can do this either before or after the candy dispenser is assembled. The hole is to allow the candy to pass through into the slider. When we're setting up the drill, we must first fasten the bit into the chuck. There is a tool called a chuck key. On our drill press, it's hanging on a chain for safety so that it doesn't get lost and that we remember to take it out of the drill chuck. A common mistake people make when using the drill press is leaving the chuck key in the chuck when they go to turn on the drill press. This creates a flying projectile that could strike anything nearby. One adjustment that we have to make is the elevation of the table. You want to make sure that your table is high enough so that it is in close contact with the bit. If you do not have your table high enough, the drill press will run out of reach when you crank it down. You also want to check to make sure that the table is level. Now there is a gauge on it, but the gauge is pretty faded, so sometimes it helps to get down at eye level with the table to see if it looks flat. With any equipment, make sure that you're securing loose items on your body. One thing that the drill press is notorious for is grabbing and yanking out long hair. Now when you go to bore in the center of your candy dispenser, you want to find the center by marking your diagonals. I'm just drilling on a piece of scrap wood here for example, so I don't have my center marked out. I turn on the machine and I feed it slowly into the material. It makes a lot of debris, so I have a bucket close by to try and help keep with cleanup. As I'm boring through, I'm careful not to go all the way through the other side. So I'm going to check my piece frequently to see if the point of the bit that I'm using passes through the material. I'm using a spade bit, and the spade bit, if allowed to pass all the way through the material, will splinter the material. So I'm looking for the point. It will kind of make a pilot hole on the other side. When I get to that pilot hole, I'm able to flip my material over and complete my boring operation. You can just barely see the hole there in the center. Now I can use the drill press on the other side of my piece. Again, I want to feed it slowly. I also must hold on to the material as I'm doing this, or it'll turn into a helicopter, and that's very unsafe. I quickly pass through the other side and I shut the machine off. I'm dumping my scraps into the trash. Although there are some still on the floor, I'll have to come back and sweep up. I want to make sure that I leave my work area clean. Let's inspect this hole. Looks pretty clean on one side, and it looks pretty clean on the other side as well. If I would have let the bit pass all the way through, it would have splintered greatly.